Hi, let me find the feed. If you're just logging on, make sure you share this feed out. I'm really excited. I'm a little bit later doing my feed today, so I have some people I want to vibe with that are awake. I'm really excited about it. Make sure you share this feed out. I always need you to, because for some reason Facebook seems to like to ban a lot of the light workers to their own groups that they admin. I am not the only one who has a lot of these problems around us. So make sure you guys share this feed out. I'm doing the same. I give away an activation off of every video to try to get people to share it too. And you know I'm on UK time, so not everyone catches me, but it's cool if you guys are catching me on replay, you can still share. I don't find the person till at least the next day. I'm always trying to get this content out there. So make sure you share this out. Drop your name if you're going to want a card. I'm about to get started. I have a lot to talk about today. I just covered this topic that I'm going to talk about today more in depth in my other space that I go live from. So I just did a whole video on talking about basically what I've been talking about yesterday too, which is the fifth dimensional light body that we're shifting and moving into, and ways that you can raise your vibrational frequency. I just talked about each chakra and gave examples of if you were working on certain types of lessons and you were working on this chakra, and I did a really good feed in my Sparks of Divine Light healing group like a minute ago. I always put the link below so that you guys can join my other space that I live feed from every day. And it gets lost because there's always so many comments on these feeds. But make sure you guys join my Sparks of Divine Light healing groups on here if you have not already. There are 2 of them. I have a Reiki space, which is for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're at spiritually. And I use these spaces to teach. And then I have the 420 group, which I live stream from every single day before I come over to this channel. So those videos are pretty epic and amazing too, and I'm able to really talk more freely, answer more questions, connect with people more because it's a smaller space and things like that. So I know a lot of people have questions or try to catch me on this feed and they have bad luck with it because there's a lot of people that come to these feeds. But that's a smaller area where you can more easily connect and learn with us. So I really like those spaces. Make sure you guys catch that feed up if you didn't. I'm also putting my live feeds on my YouTube channel too. I don't use it a lot, but I do have a Sparks of Divine Light Healing YouTube channel, and I put my feeds every day that I do on here because I know sometimes they suck on playback quality when you're trying to watch them on Facebook. So I do put them on YouTube too. Make sure you guys check that out. All right, we're going to talk very fast, right? Very fast, and we're going to try to cover a lot of information. That's why that other feed was a lot better. I'm not rushed in trying to do cards all in one. So I just did the same topic if you guys want to hear more about my little rant in depth for like an hour. All right, we're going to talk about raising your vibrational frequency. Yes, everything is always putting a frequency out. People, items, things, everything. Everything is made of energy and vibrations in this place. You are emitting a vibrational frequency on a daily basis. It is always changing. If you're around other people, you're always going to be absorbing their vibrational frequencies too. You're going to be very susceptible to the vibrations around you as well. That's why people who live in a toxic environment tend to get sick after a while from being around toxic energy. Or if you have toxic energy yourself or negative thinking patterns, it could have made you sick at some point. We want to raise our vibrational frequency to that of the 5th dimension. There are infinite dimensions right here in the same place. So where humanity is at, they are closed down to the 3rd dimension. They cannot see past that illusion. They can't access the higher dimensions in whatever level. And right now we're making this planetary ascension, and we're talking a lot about the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension around here. every dimension correlates with a chakra. So if you're wanting access to the fourth dimension, you're going to need to unlock your heart chakra on every level. You're going to need to have it open, expanded, and working correctly. If you're trying to access the fifth dimension, you're going to need your throat chakra to be purified. You're going to need to be in alignment with who you are as your higher self, and you're going to have to be living a life of truth. So I just did a talk a couple days ago, I think, about how our bodies are changing from that dense third dimensional reality where people are real weighed down with vaccines and metals and they're at a low frequency, and we're learning how to detox and get back to spirituality on a soul level, and we're purifying our body and we're raising our frequency fast around here as the light workers. We're doing a lot of inner work too, which is really raising our frequency. People want to know, how can you raise your frequency? Well, I saged this morning. That will clear any negative energy in my house. It will raise the vibrational frequency of my house as well. Things like crystals, oils, incense, they will really raise your frequency because they're going to purify your environment. Try not to have a lot of clutter around your house. Yes, that will make the energy in your house stagnant. We tend to have our doors and windows closed all the time in our houses. Open your windows, open your doors, get some airflow in there. If you guys are saging, I always say you should open a door or window so the negative energy can leave or expel. You're going to want to eat better foods. Yes, you're going to want a lot of life force energy to be vibrating higher. If you're depleted in life force energy, you're going to be sick, tired, low energy. You're probably not going to be vibing as high. So you want to eat better foods. If you're eating GMO foods or food-like products, it will deplete you. They have no life force energy and you're going to be vibrating much lower. If you're eating a lot of dense foods, meat has a frequency. It's very dense. So if you're eating meat, it will put you on a lower frequency. While you can, enter the fourth dimension in an awakened state, it will really shut you down vibratory for the higher densities. You need to vibrate much higher than that. So a lot of people are still eating meat around here. You guys are going to have to ditch that if you want better dimensional access at some point, only because it weighs down your entire energy field and your vibration. You guys are going to want to detox the metals out of your body. We have them all around us in our air, water, and food. And on some level, we all got enough exposure to put us in the range for heavy metal toxicity. It's beyond the average exposure. We're in toxic levels, as a planetary whole. Chlorella, I have the vitamin list. I'm seeing a lot of people are detoxing around me, thank God, right? If you didn't get the vitamin list, you can just hit my business page inbox and I'll send it to you. I have a cute little detox vitamin list that you need to be doing this ascension because, detoxing is a huge component of this. We're mind, body, soul aspects, and we can do this spiritual ascension, but we have to clean the garbage out of our body too. We actually have to purify our body, mind, and soul to do this ascension. So a lot of people aren't doing all three aspects and missing a piece. This is about becoming whole and integration as well. So you guys are really going to want to be taking that chlorella because metals never leave the body. They will continue to build up, weighing down your frequency more and more. That's why we see so much depression, anxiety, all symptoms of this. We need to let go of the things that we're holding on to from our past. I just covered this more in depth, like the same topic, like I told you on that other video and talked about it more, but there's a disconnect people are having between themselves and their lessons and things that they've experienced. A lot of people are even able to play the victim about situations still that happened or things they saw as unfair, not understanding that you are every role that you have ever met in this journey. And in order to become whole, in order to integrate all of these aspects, we had to have a deeper understanding of how things work here and how we ended up with these lessons and how very much they are a part of us and who we are and who we have become. We need to become whole on every level. So if you're anything like me and all the other healers I know, that we had this awakening, and at that point we realized our health sucked, our bodies were in shitty shape, right? We had a lot of detoxing work to do suddenly, right? Like, oh my God, I have a lot of healing work to do. Yes, we are working on becoming whole and integrating these aspects and these lessons and these experiences. This is about changing your perception and the way you see things here and the way that you're seeing your lessons. We have a powerful energy that is about to continue to sweep through this planet with this Taurus full moon. And I keep on saying that the theme of this storm is going to be like they say, that if you don't let go, you will be dragged. That there are too many people hanging on to toxic people that are bad for their soul, bad for their body, bad for their energy, and not understanding how things work here. If you're in a bad or unhealthy relationship that is not serving you spiritually, if you have friendships that are the same, they are going to go now. And if the universe has to do this for you, it will be very hard to go through and to experience. So we can really do ourselves a favor now by letting go. You don't understand. You can't take anyone with you where you're going. That's the thing. We want to take people with us. We want to take our friends, our family, right? People we have collected along the way. That you're going to enter these higher dimensions by yourself and with just yourself. I'm always saying that to people. So it's time to let go of your past lessons, past experiences, and the people that you met along the way. And the reason why is because everyone and everything is a reflection of you. But you've been doing a lot of inner work, and you've been growing, and you've been changing, and you're ready to change this mirror. Everyone wants a different world, right? They want a better reality, a different reality. They want to create something new, and they're holding on to the old, not realizing that's the only thing blocking you is the connections around you that you have yet to sever. A lot of karmic relationships that you have made along the way that you need to heal, that you need to revisit, that you need to let go of on every level. This is about liberation. You should be getting lighter and lighter as you're doing this ascension process. We did a lot of purging with that last moon, and on every level you should be feeling higher vibe, lighter and lighter. I know there's a lot of ascension symptoms going around and ascension flu and things like that. I think it's very important to remember too, because I see people already starting to cry about the flu. Well, we're purging our heart chakras and our throat chakras right now. That could be manifesting into a sore throat or a cough or flu-like symptoms, this purge that humanity is going through. Yet a lot of people will go to the doctor and they will get a flu shot and some medications. And do not get a flu shot. You might die. I'm surprised if you don't. At the least it will shut you down to 2 strands of DNA, and it could seriously hinder your ascension that you're trying to make right now. Make sure that you are not getting vaccines and flu shots when they come out with their yearly propaganda, because they're about to. They're about to tell you this year that not only is there a flu epidemic, that this flu epidemic is being caused by everyone not vaccinating their children now, because people are waking up and saying no to the vaccines and to the government. And they will throw that in with this year's propaganda too, coming out in like a month or whenever they do it. And they're going to also try to say that it's from people not getting vaccinated. You guys better all come get your flu shot and your vaccine or you will die. And their usual. This is a war on your body, whether it's for your DNA through vaccines and your food and healthcare, or your physical body with the foods that you're eating and the things that you're putting into your body. You'll notice a theme with the ways humanity is being targeted in this matrix on a physical level mainly, because you need your physical body to be healthy, to be purified, to be detoxed, to enter these sacred spaces. We need to do more with the mental aspect, not realizing that every thought we're putting out is creating a vibration which turns into the physical and either comes back to us or someone else in this matrix. Yeah, if you think that you haven't created every negative thought that you've ever had, then you're wrong. Look around the world. That's the problem. It's not the elite. It's not the government. It's not these systems. It's our thinking that is creating this reality and holding it together. So we really need to reprogram the things that we're thinking about. I understand we're doing a lot in purging and releasing a lot, but we need to be more careful with our thoughts. Because in these higher dimensions, things manifest in an instantaneous level. So anything that you're thinking about would instantaneously manifest into the physical. In the lower densities, there's kind of a time gap between what you're thinking about and when it will affect and influence and react into your reality. But in the higher dimensions, it's more instantaneous. So we're still here till we learn how to get a grip on our thought process. If you're thinking negative thoughts about anyone in your life, get rid of them. It's a bad sign. Yes, if you can't just be love and light around people, get rid of those people. Get rid of the people that trigger you, that are irritating you. The old friends from 5 years ago, these people aren't waking up. I know that they'll teach you that with Ascension, that that's how it works, that everyone wakes up and we do this planetary ascension. No. How about if they don't wake up? And it's just us awake, the 144,000 or the light workers that were sent to do this. And through raising our frequency, we will ascend the entire planet and shift them into the higher dimensions. We didn't need humanity to wake up and some miracle to happen. We're right here doing this already. So all we have to do is vibe higher, get lighter, and keep on doing this ascension journey, and the whole planet will ascend with us. We're going to put this whole planet right up there. So it's very important that we're not trying to waste our energy trying to change other people right now too. That a lot of these bad relationships, they're always trying to heal and fix the narcissist or heal the not toxic person, make them better, get them to do the same inner work we're doing. You can't change other people. I can't make any change in your reality. You have to do that. I can give you the tools that you need and try to tell you these things work for me, but you have to do this. So we're always trying to change other people, heal other people, fix everyone else. We're going to make more change with ourselves because we can actually control our reality and the things going on with it. More letting go. This is much too important to be hanging on to people that treat you bad, had no respect for you, were nasty to you in any regard. I don't care if they're related to you or not, or who they are. Let go of the toxic people. This is too important for humanity that we get with this fast and do our job here. So a lot of people are so lost in these roles because they wouldn't be letting the narcissist demon torture them and boss them around for their life force energy, no other purpose, and be using control tactics to take their power. No way in hell would anyone allow that if they could remember who they were and what they were doing here and how powerful our energy is. Because I'm always saying that's what we're going to do this with, just our energy. Like, we don't need anything else other than to vibrate at our own frequencies with our own energy, and it will shift this entire planet on all new levels. So we don't need anything else. Your energy is too valuable. That's all you have to do this. I notice a theme with those bad relationships where they say the world started to fall in and then they really needed the other person, right? It's because when you become depleted with life force energy, you can't manifest, you can't create. Of course everything will fall in. You need that energy to sustain your environment, to sustain your reality. It's made of your energy. So if someone's depleting it, your reality will fall in. You need that. We need to be more careful with our energy and what we're doing with it. We always have these rescuer, tendencies. I'm seeing people that in a minute will jump if someone else needs something. But what about you? Are you Reikiing yourself? Are you self-healing yourself? Are you meditating? Are you taking as much care of yourself as you would someone else? Because we're always fast to jump for other people as empaths. More self-care with these energies, more focus on yourself. We're not meant to change the people around us, change this reality. We're meant to come here as light workers, raise our frequency as fast as we can. It won't happen overnight. We're going to have to gradually work at it, and we're going to do this. And it's not going to happen through anything or anyone around us. It's going to happen with ourselves and what we're doing in our own reality. So it's really time to focus on your ascension. There's nothing more important for humanity than this time. The ones that are asleep and not consciously aware of this are going through these same energetic shifts, these same energies. They're just not able to articulate it. They're not aware of what is happening. You guys know that this is all I do, this ascension, right? I teach it, I work with it, I'm always detoxing, working on myself. There's nothing more important than making this timeline jump, making this merger with the rest of humanity right now. It's just too crucial. Not everyone will ascend this life. You're seeing that. People die every day, right? There's an example of it. People leaving this experience because it's hard work. So this is not for everyone. But this is our destiny. This is the path that we have chosen. This is how we are going to level up the hierarchy by coming to this place and learning service and working. It really helps us on the soul level more than a lot of people could really understand on every level. So this is how we're leveling up spiritually, working on ourselves and getting back to that ascended state. It's very important to remember that this should all be very familiar. you have an internal compass that's just kind of leading you through this, if you didn't realize that or not, right? This intuition. This should be familiar. We came from ascended states. We're just making a journey back to ourselves and who we are authentically. So for a long time, I was living very unauthentically, awake in the matrix, letting people influence me and my environment influence me. And I'm getting back to who I am on a soul level. And that's what this is all about, doing this ascension, getting back to an ascended state like we came from. It's about spiritual purification on every level. So we really had to detox on a soul level. Well, the energies are doing that. This energy storm that's coming, I told you guys to rest this week. It's detoxing everyone on a soul level. So what's happening is when these energy storms whip through, they are purifying anything that you're hanging on to. You know, like soul debris residual is coming out, being released. And our bodies, we're detoxing, hopefully with the vitamins, right? So we have that component down. And then we just had to really work on reprogramming our minds. And when you can master those three aspects, that is the Holy Trinity. Those form together to create that fifth dimensional light body that so many people are searching for. Catherine, warrior, good morning. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? And then I forgot to say too, so if you guys want more on that subject in depth, make sure you guys go join my group and find that feed I just did like an hour ago. You guys will really like it. And I have to do my little ad, I forgot here. If you guys need me, just hit my business page inbox. I'm always needing video topic ideas. I'm always willing to download information on anything that you guys are interested in. So hit my inbox. The link is above. I would really check out our chakra openings. We know that most of humanity is stuck in the lower chakras, and their lessons are going to be real reflective of that and what's going on in the reality. We clearly need to progress into the upper ones and have all of our chakras open, clear and flowing aligned. So if you guys need, I would check out a chakra opening I do too, where I scan you and it gives you a lot of really detailed information about your body and what chakras are good on you and what chakras you have to work on this journey. So it gives you lots of information. Make sure you guys check out my classes too. I'm always adding new stuff. That was Catherine Needham, by the way, that Catherine. Catherine Garland. Yes, just say yes. Now is a really good time to make positive changes in our life. This energy is powerful. From now until like next Thursday, it's very, very powerful for manifesting and making big changes. And this storm's going to bring a lot of big timeline jumps and changes on really crazy levels too. It'll be very subtle, but you're going to notice these big changes. Lynn Anderson, take a break. This is what I'm about, right? Take more breaks. Yes, spend more time with yourself. Do more fun things that you want to experience. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. That's where I think of the people in 3D like wind-up dolls just running around and doing Prison Planet and oblivious to everything kind of going on around them. We need to kind of stop doing that little wind-up doll routine, right? On every level, there's more to life than Prison Planet and then you die. There's more to life than their plan where you work for like 70 years and then you spend the last, when you're old, right before you die, enjoying your life. It shouldn't work like that. It really should. We're not here to do Prison Planet. Unfortunately, I know that we have to master the spiritual and the material aspects, but we came from much more than that reality. Rosa Patterson, the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, and it's so important to remember this. Like, it really is. And a lot of people have a disconnect, like I said, from their past experiences and what those are to them too. And this is just a journey into facing yourself and healing yourself and seeing yourself up close and personal on a soul level. You have had so many incarnations just to get to the point where we came to this planet to help. It's mind-blowing. So I know people feel like they wake up and they feel like they have so much to learn. No, you have everything you need right now to do this on energetic levels. Melinda McClung Morris. Good morning to Texas. I'm late today, so it works out good. The initiation, rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred, and it definitely is a sacred space that we're moving into. We're moving out of that separation into oneness, and we're moving to higher and higher states and levels of consciousness as well. We're continually expanding our consciousness and growing and evolving, and it's just nothing but mind-blowing and amazing what humanity is even here experiencing at this time together. It really is. Sending crazy love to Texas. Valerie Smith, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? It's very important that we remember that we came here based on the soul calling. There was an overwhelming call for assistance on this planet, and this is how we ended up here. Responding to that calling. Now that you're here, follow that soul pull. You guys need to follow your intuition on this journey. I tell you guys that you cannot make logic of your intuition, right? Everyone's always trying to rationalize things and spell it out. There's no logic to it. You need to just follow that soul pull, that kind of intuitive pull that's leading you. Hold on one sec. I have to go main chat this. Hold on. Alright. Irvine Carr. Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And that's important to know because I just saw someone leave some piece of shit comment on my feed that we're gonna ban about false light workers on this feed. Well, you only see yourself ever. So if you see shitty qualities in someone else, that is yourself that you're seeing. So we get these lessons so that you can change and heal yourself and grow. So I'm only seeing divinity around here. I'm seeing oneness. I'm seeing light workers come together. My world's all bliss and amazing around here. But I get we all have different perspectives of the things happening. Everything is a mirror. Hopefully we're outgrowing our old mirrors more and more, right? I say I like to smash the mirror. Yes, a reflection of you. Nothing to do with me or my feed. Everything to do with you. Start to look at your lessons more. Start to look at the triggers as places that you need to heal. Dwayna She. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. It's really important to remember that this is part of such a divine plan that clearly we would not be capable of pulling off this ascension by ourselves. We have the entire universe not only aligned with us, but working with us on crazy levels. A lot of people are clearly trying to tune in interdimensionally, right? We're talking about the fourth and fifth density. People are realizing that as we're raising our vibrational frequency, we're able to tune into the unseen more and more. Angels, extraterrestrials, the spiritual around us. It could be your loved ones, whatever it is. We're able to tune into the other realms better and better around here. Lindsay Piccolo. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? It's time to let go of the things not serving us anymore spiritually, not working for us on whatever level. More inventory of your lives. Nicole Faye. Dance. We need to have more fun. We're always working. We're always too serious as starseeds. We need to learn how to play and flow with these energies. So do stuff that shifts your vibration. When we exercise, when we move around, when we meditate, when we dance, it gets our energy flowing, it opens our chakras, it aligns us better with the universe. If you have fun, you'll experience so much more of that life force energy around you, experiencing that with you. That's why we see people that hate their jobs, where they just get depleted and die real fast. Right? Think prison planet, corporate jobs, right? The universe wants to play and flow and experience life. It doesn't want to be doing that all the time. Let's see, Lynn Anderson, you can just search the groups, Sparks of Divine Light Healing, and there'll be 2 groups that come up. For sure, join it. Sophia Mensavianos, Keepers of the Earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And like I said, we're tuning into those higher dimensions for the first time ever, and we're accessing the other realm. We have so much help. You have every ancestor from the beginning of time whose blood flows through you. And people tend to forget that. You also have all of their programming in your DNA, like a flash drive that you carry. And that is very powerful because all of those ancestors have a vested interest in what you're doing here on this planet at this time and assisting you. The people that we have lost usually transition into becoming our guides or other members of our team while we're here. Rebecca Cabin, hi. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. It's what I'm all about. I'm putting out a vibrational frequency for my consciousness group, for my soul group to come find me, because my mission is very much tied in with this consciousness group, right? So I'm always putting out this vibrational calling, and it's not going unnoticed from the comment I just got, right? Either. It's not going unnoticed what I'm doing over here, clearly. So I'm putting out this soul calling, this vibrational frequency, and since we're all vibrating on these higher dimensional frequencies now, it should be easy for us to find each other once again. Keep on putting out a soul calling for your soul group, for your consciousness group to find you. It's the most powerful thing you could probably do with your energy during this time. Like I said, we're like little radio receivers, so we can definitely communicate with each other. You know, we're wired to the same places as well. Rosa Patterson. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, we need to heal these things so that they don't continue on through the genetics of humanity. So there's a lot of traumas, like 99% of humanity has PTSD and doesn't even realize it. So like the second there's a school shooting or like 9/11 blows up, it brings you to a state of anxiety much faster from the trauma that's being activated in your DNA. On whatever level they want to bring those traumas out, those core wounds, whatever it is that you're carrying in a negative capacity, we're clearly cleansing these things now. Allie, good, save me. So, and Allie, real quick, you can ban someone while you're live. You have to go into the Pages app and into the inbox and search their name and ban that way though. So you can. Allie, priestess. Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? And it's where we're all at. We're usually the types that want to hide out, like I say, in our own little bubble, in our own little world. We don't want to be mingling with 3D. We just want to chill by ourselves, to keep our energy nice and fresh, right? We don't want to be out in the matrix a lot of the time, but we're all getting trained as leaders, as people that are going to be the front runners of this ascension. Every person on this feed, even the person who left a comment, is supposed to be in like Jedi training right now to save humanity, whether you know it or not, on whatever level it's happening. Cheryl Jolly. Min Taken. Longing for home. Belonging. The original light workers. And I've been putting a lot of 144,000 articles up lately because it's really time that we snap out of this phase, this fog, and kind of remember who we are around here with things. These are things that we left for ourselves to help guide us in this matrix. I might need to check my music. All right. Francie Williams. Pleiades. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. We have such a connection as a consciousness group with the Pleiades and Sirius, like on every level. So a lot of you guys are realizing that and remembering either your past experiences, maybe just having a feeling or knowing that you lived in these types of places that were not of Earth. We're very intergalactic. Humanity seems to have forgotten that, or it may just be one of the major kind of things being used to distort humanity by keeping that from us, by keeping our intergalactic heritage from us and our place in the universe from us. Brian Armstead, the crumbling. That's how I feel like it is now anyway. I keep on talking about ground zero rebuilding, and a lot of people aren't getting it, that we're at ground zero right now. And things are going to change in big ways for people that I doubt people could even grasp yet in their journey. It's coming, and that we might want to be more prepared for this stuff energetically on every level. Brian, what are you hanging on to? Let go. You can't bring these people, places, and things with you into the higher dimensions. Like I said, this is a journey you're going to do yourself. And you're going to enter these places alone. So more letting go of people around you that just aren't vibing with you or aren't serving you. Michelle Giannicola. Im Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? I'm feeling a pull to travel more. You guys know that about me. I'm already like planning trips for when it gets warm out here in the UK so I can go back to Stonehenge and explore more sacred areas in this country. I'm real excited about it because this place has a lot of history here that pertains to the spiritual. So I'm kind of manifesting these voyages. I'm real excited to travel some more. I'm definitely going to check out Spain and Tibet on my journey, right? It's coming. It's definitely coming. So I'm feeling a soul pull to travel. This morning I saw on someone's Facebook feed, I think it was Bethany, she was like, I don't know why, but I'm feeling a pull to go to Mount Shasta. I'm feeling this soul pull to go there. And a lot of our consciousness grid has been called to these areas, to these sacred areas, especially Mount Shasta. A lot of people have been feeling that soul pull. Tax Stewart, hi love, good to see you. My music died. Good to see you. Transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Just really realize that it might look like we're just doing the same or not doing a lot because we're feeling Ascension flu and not feeling like moving so much, but on a cellular level, our entire bodies are changing and over the top. So be more kind to yourself, more self-love, more self-care. Your body's really going through a lot during this Ascension. It's good to see you. Sherry Louise. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You're the oracle. Amazing. I'm not letting anything face my vibration over here. I realize everyone has their own drama and their own things that they're going through in their world. I had to say yesterday, I have my own drama going on, so I'm not interested in anyone else's around here. I just am not. I have my own stuff going on, right? So they can just keep their drama over there, like whoever's projecting around me. So your frequency is rising. It's perfect. You should see less and less drama, less and less negativity around you, less and less toxic people. As you're raising in frequency, you know, the people that are not a match to you are going to fall away, and you should be getting lighter and lighter and rising up, and it's pretty amazing. So your vibration's rising. Everyone talks about how we need good light and dark to exist or learn. I always call bullshit on that we're going to vibrate out of there into places of just light and love. That we really don't need that stuff. So I know they convince you of that duality or the need for it, but trust me, there's no need for it. Mari Moss Linda. Trust the niggle. What's the niggle feeling trying to tell you? It's very important that we listen to our intuition because it's like a maze around here, right? Everyone has their opinion and what they think is happening and what's going on, and the government has another version of reality. It's very imperative that we tune into our vibration, right? And that we tune into our intuition too. So it's really important we're stabilizing our frequency, keeping control of it, and tuning into our intuition on every level. This is about listening to your body and the vibrations and the feelings that you get. I couldn't begin to tell you the amount of empaths that had some form of anxiety in their life. Well, you were going through the lower aspects of self, and you were dealing with a lot of entities around you that you might not have been aware of. If you get anxiety, that is a red flag to get away from whoever you're around, right? If you get an anxious feeling, headache in the third eye, depleted energy, feeling sick, nausea, vomiting, if you have any of these symptoms on an everyday type of basis, you might want to assess your life and who you're with as a partner or who your friends are and who is around you to get rid of this stuff. Carol Ann Van, Lumeria. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. This is all coming full circle from Lumeria, Atlantis, and Egypt. We have such a strong connection to these places because we were there also. We were experiencing similar events as well with the things that happened that led to the fall of Atlantis. It's very reminiscent of nowadays. Explore your Lemurian heritage. Harish Jane Juan, can't say it. Harish, leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. We always want something new before we let go of the old. What if this doesn't work out, right? I want to keep hold on to this just in case. We have to really do a cleansing now and just let go. Because we're meant to fly. We're meant to ascend. Think Phoenix, right? We're meant to rise up now. And there's a lot that's weighing down humanity that we just have to purge out. Vanessa Smith, awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Integration is like my favorite word of the day. In case you didn't notice, we're talking about integrating and becoming whole on every level. Work on your third eye. Bethany Ken, soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone, and that's already happening. That as you raise your vibrational frequency, you're coming back into, you know, accessing the spiritual around you, the higher dimensions. And as you're doing that, your soul family is going to find you. You're going to gravitate towards each other because we're going to come back to oneness with an entire consciousness group of light workers to do this ascension on every level. Alexandra Sonia, she quit her job and she's moving away. Good. Post lots of pictures. Inspire people to travel. A lot of people are going to have to run away. It's really funny to me because in the spiritual communities they teach you don't run. It's just you. Everything is a mirror. The narcissist is just a mirror, right? Don't run, stay, work through it. So I really have a problem with a lot of these things because a lot of people are going to have to run away. Alexandra, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your north node. Just all you had to do is want something and the universe will align to make it happen. All we had to have is intent ever, right? All I had to do was intend to want to go to the UK and the universe did all the work and made it happen for me. So, you know, all you had to have is that intent to want to travel and it will happen. Christine Marie. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Lynette. The ever unfolding rose, cracked opening. It's happening for you, not to you. Yes, we always want to blame the universe and think it's always happening to us and not for our own evolutionary good, clearly, right? We see a lot of victim mentality around the Matrix too, and people don't realize that every time you were the victim, you were the perpetrator too, if you understand how this process works. So if you cry about it, like the people that like to cry about the narcissist and say how awful he was and prolong it, that you're going to attract another partner exactly like that because you haven't learned your lesson and cleared that karma. So those people will just draw the narcissist on a loop like over and over in their relationships till they clear these kind of things. So never play the victim, understand your every role here, and go within and release these things. Learn better boundaries and you'll break those cycles too, right? Mark Golden. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. It's not a good time to make big changes right now if you're certain astrology signs. I'll go ahead and put out astrology hit list for this storm because I like to do that, right? Not to make everyone afraid they'll have a rough storm, but to show you guys who's going to be, you know, feeling the energies more or whatever. So it depends on your astrology. I'll make sure I put out that hit list today or tomorrow. Allison has no clutter. This might be the worst feed I ever did. I just had to put it out there because I'm having like a meltdown the whole time I'm doing it, like internally. I know Allison can probably read me where I'm just sitting here like a deer in headlights, like watching these comments. I'm just like horrified. My music died too, but I'm going to keep rolling on. Reading the comments with the Matrix face. Rachel Richards, hi. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? It's important to remember we came with this divine feminine goddess energy, and it's very powerful in terms of what is happening on this planet, because we know the divine feminine was removed from a lot of these cultures and these systems and the things happening. So we're kind of stepping back on this planet with that goddess energy activated and awakened for the first time in a very long time, and we are holding some powerful Kundalini energy that can be used for many purposes: healing, manifesting, accessing higher levels of consciousness, whatever it is. But I'm seeing this awakening happen, and I'm seeing so many female, women, light workers coming together, and I'm seeing this power manifesting within the divine feminine around here, and it's really amazing. Know you're holding and carrying that energy, and it's powerful. Grazia Sierra, hi. Fill up your veil. Fill up your well. Retreat, rest, refuel. I'm doing self-care this week. I don't feel like dealing with people anyway, so I'll probably just unplug and go meditate and hang out after this feed. more time withdrawing and retreating this week so that you can recharge. Spend more time alone if you can. If you can go ahead and ditch a couple hours at work early, you know, if you can get a nap in, get some meditation time in, more showers, more baths, more self-care, more resting. We do not sleep good whenever we have any kind of lunar energy. Like, you guys know it does something to your REM state, and you're just not going to sleep as good. So a lot of people are not going to be able to sleep from like Sunday to Thursday very well. So I like to rest up beforehand so I can handle the energy better, so I'm not overtired. Because if you already aren't rested and the energy hits and you can't sleep, you'll get really overtired from the energy. So I like to be really well rested, then I handle the energy more. Self-care is the theme this week. Marissa Ruskowski, Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. We're now realizing that every moment in this matrix was contracted for. Now, I had to explain to my boyfriend that these soul contracts were not meant to originally enslave people like they're being used for, because people are getting, you know, entangled with other souls and ending up back in these places time and time again with the same souls. That was not the purpose. Soul contracts were designed so that we could find the souls that we love in this matrix. If I made a soul contract with my boyfriend, it wouldn't matter where I was on the planet. When it was time for our contract to come into effect, the universe would make it so that my soul could find us based on that contract. So we see they're being used to enslave humanity on a lot of levels. That was not the original purpose. It was meant to liberate us through love and to ensure that we could find the ones that we wanted to be with in this matrix. Every moment was contracted for. You hold a soul, held, or at least hold, you may still hold, or at least held, a soul contract with every single person you've ever met in this matrix. It is time to do an inventory of those past lessons and make sure that we have cleared any karma with ourselves. You don't have to go find these people ever and talk to them again. I always tell you, don't do that. I would not recommend tracking down old lessons and things like that. Do this with yourself. Make sure that you know you have forgiven yourself and them for whatever happened. That's the best way to clear contracts. Forgiveness. Forgiveness equals liberation. That's why they say you liberate through your heart chakra. Bertha Rodriguez. Play. Topic of the day, right? We need to play more. We don't understand there's magical energies, elements, interdimensional beings that would love nothing more than to join our experience and play with us. More time playing. I tell you guys that because of free will, that if you don't ask your angels or other entities to work with you, they will not. They will not interfere. They're very respectful of our free will around here. So if you guys are trying to tune into like fairies, dragons, unicorns, interdimensional entities like angels, extraterrestrials, your guides, you name it, you need to ask them out loud to assist you. So I always tell people they should get out into nature and ask the fairies to assist you on your journey here, because they're very powerful in terms of manifesting and creating things. And there are a lot of benevolent entities that are here working with and on this ascension in every capacity. There's a lot of ascended masters, beings, whatever, you name it. So more assistance. Sometimes we don't realize all the help that we have at our disposal until we ask for it. Valerie Smith, I'm real into binaural beats. It's kind of like it sounds too quiet right now. That's why I said I'm kind of having a meltdown. My music died, but I'm really into binaural beats. I found like if any of you guys have kids and you play binaural beats with them, it will instantly chill them out, put them on the right frequencies. They'll be all zenned out like immediately. I'm usually real zenned out immediately when I'm listening to binaural beats. They heal you. I just put a post up on this page about different frequencies and what they heal. So you can go ahead and find like 528 hertz binaural beats will heal your heart chakra, and there's a vibration that correlates with each chakra. More binaural beats for sure. Valerie, inner temple, devotion, tune into the porthole of our heart. And we don't realize that when they say that our body is our temple. We clearly don't realize what it's capable of, or we wouldn't have been eating the GMO food most of our lives. right? We didn't have a good understanding of the bodies. We were just listening to what doctors and healthcare and school officials were telling us and stuff like that. So we're now getting a good understanding of the body, and we're understanding that these new fifth dimensional body types, the fifth dimensional light body that has been integrated with the physical body, is going to run on much different foods. You're going to need higher frequency, higher vibe foods, like I keep on saying. Make sure you guys are eating organic, healthy food. Ditch the sugar, replace it with sugar in the raw. Ditch the table salt. It is actually made out of the same ingredients they make explosives out of. And white sugar and salt are the number two, are like the two top things poisoning people aside from the metals around here. Usually people have the salt and sugar on their table. At least when I was growing up, they would have it like right there in the kitchen and accessible. Definitely replace any white table salt, which is toxic to people and will kill you if you research it, with Himalayan salt. Make sure you replace the white sugar with sugar in the raw. Those are both toxic things found in your home. Ben Beeler. Get grounded. Yes, please. And can you please ground me when you do? Perfect. Awesome. Yes, get outside. Oh my God, enjoy it. It's beautiful there this time of year where you're at. Enjoy that energy outside. Get outside more. I know you already are. You're pretty much living outside. Empaths are highly sensitive. Connect with nature. You've already mastered that in your reality where you live. So it's amazing. Open your windows more. Open your door more. Get some more air. Let that natural energy in because it's amazing. You're in one of the best places on the planet. Like I always think of top picks, right? And I love it. More nature. Sending tons of love. Becky. Perfect. Becky Bassinet. She was playing the victim and then learned that it was your life. Yeah, we need to take power and control. So if you're the victim, who's controlling your reality? Because you're not. You're just responding to things, I guess. It sounds like it. It sounds like you're responding to external events. We just need to take power and control over our lives and what we're creating. And we need to become the creator here. And we need to be very conscious of what we're creating and doing, right? We don't want those shitty situations that teach us self-love. Any karmic relationship is just to teach you to love yourself enough to leave the toxic person. Yeah, could be toxic family member, boyfriend, girlfriend. It is to teach you to have enough respect and love for yourself on a soul level to extract yourself from that situation. That's amazing. We're moving towards empowerment. We can't be playing the victim about the government when you need spiritual purity anyway. So if anything, they're lower in this hierarchy than us anyway. They don't really have a lot of power. So I see a lot of people still playing victim over the government a lot, where they're like, everything's the government's fault, everything's, you know, these systems, or they're playing the victim about the narcissist or the bad relationship. I see people that play the victim over their family members, over being sick, things like that. You have power and control over everything happening in your life, and if you don't like it, all you got to do is change your vibrational frequency and you can shift into another reality that looks nothing like that. So overnight, I started to detox and change my thought patterns, change my frequency, and I kind of shifted into a completely different life. And this stuff is powerful and it works. So Becky, Akashic, your guidance is divinely guided, and it really is. Everyone is giving you messages, whether you like them or not, right? The universe is always communicating through us and with us and everything like that, right? So you're really getting a lot of divine messages around you. They might not be that obvious. I know I'm giving more obvious ones. It could just be like things you remember from a dream, synchronicities, number codes, chance encounters with random people that are amazing. It could be like you're going out in the matrix and seeing crazy things out of place. The universe is always communicating with you. Deborah Williams, I love your comments too. We have the best groups on here too with these feeds. I love it. Like all enlightened, awake light workers coming together to vibe. And I'm loving the comment, Deborah. Don't ask why this is happening to you. Try to look for the lessons in what you're experiencing. I've been through hard shit too. We all have to get to this place. Trust me, that's why all humanity needs to heal at this point. We all got jacked up real bad being in this matrix with all the things happening in the systems and all the chemicals, and it's real crazy. But we're becoming powerful in our vibrations now, that we're getting back to our frequency. For me, I'm real empathic, so I was always absorbing everyone else's energy and everyone else's frequency, right? So I would go around someone, I would change my frequency to theirs because I wasn't strong enough and set in my own frequency. So for me, a lot of this journey is realizing what my frequency is. Like we all have a set frequency, right? And when I'm around other people, I have to be careful not to go to their frequency and just to stay on mine. So I have to keep my vibe like kind of steady and on the same frequency without going around other people and going down to their vibe or wherever they're at. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. I'm doing so much cord cutting lately with these energies. So you ditch the narcissist. I just like that example, sorry. You ditch the psychopath that you weren't vibing with that you're dating. Perfect. You may have residual debris left in your aura. You may have cords with that same person, especially if you ever had sex with someone. So make sure you guys are cutting your cords too. So you ditch the narcissist. You haven't seen them in 2 years. They could still be draining you daily from afar. Swear. Tuned into your energy. You could be across the planet. They could be siphoning your energy. So make sure you guys are cutting the cords, especially after you guys are ending relationships. Anytime that you do a breakup, you should do at least a 6-month energetic detox to purge that person out of your energy field. So I see a lot of people where they get out of relationships and then they go into another one. They just got out of a bad relationship and they don't do that. And they get into another relationship and it's just as bad. And that is why. You guys should be resetting your energy after any type of relationship like that, like on every level, so that you guys can stabilize back to your frequency. A lot of the times we're just bouncing around in different relationships or whatever it is, and these things are really affecting the frequencies we're on. Holly Laturio, trust your path. We need to have faith in this process and where it is leading to us, and that it will be, this is hard as hell, but it's so rewarding. And where we're headed and the things that we're doing. So it's very hard, but trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And you are supported in every way. I don't know if people realize how important this ascension is to humanity and to this universe and all the support that we have. Jasmine Sarah, boundaries. It's like the topic with this whole month too. We're talking a lot about detoxing, boundaries, cutting cords, and getting rid of the things not serving us. You know what? Toxic people never have any boundaries. I don't know if you guys can think of an example of someone toxic you've met. They usually will just try to take anything they can, energetically, whatever it is. They have no boundaries, right? A lot of the time. So it's very important that we have clear boundaries and we're not being pushovers and doing things we don't feel like doing just to please other people. We have to let go of these people-pleasing tendencies, and we need to learn healthy boundaries because other people don't have them around here. They really, really don't. So more boundaries. Jill Shelton, birthing in a new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And we are going through this journey. It's really a journey through consciousness or through our mind, right? So we really need mastery of our mind because we're going to create this new paradigm and we're doing it with our thoughts. Yeah, we're creating now. The ones who are connected to the consciousness grid are the only ones creating the new earth. So everyone's complaining about the elite and the people destroying the planet. Don't worry, they're not creating our new spaces. We are. But we need to get a grip on our thought process so that we can kind of manifest bigger things faster. Sending crazy love too. Travis Kreiper, Channel of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. And we have so much help with everything that we're trying to do. And things are going to shift and change with everyone's situation. Have faith. More faith. I had to tattoo that on me in the Matrix, right? More faith. Humanity has seemed to have lost its faith in the divine timing and orchestration of this place, and how powerful that omnipresent consciousness is, or intelligent infinity, call it what you will. Let's see. Good. Trish Graham. Share your voice. We're learning how to speak. It helps when we can practice on the other light workers because, you know, normally it would be a lot harder to do this for me. So it helps I'm able to practice speaking around all you guys. And that's amazing. Find your voice. Truth is going to liberate us. That will be the porthole to the fifth dimension that we all need. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Well, I see why we stay hidden. I do these feeds and I got weird, creepy guys leaving weird comments on here. So for a long time, we learned how to hide in these places, that we didn't show ourselves as light workers, as healers, that we stayed hidden for our own protection. We were living in different times where 100 years ago, you would have been killed for going against Christianity or these kind of snake religions in place and things like that. So it was dangerous for us. We need to come back into the light. We're going to do that through connection and through showing ourselves spiritually. Once again, I had to get on feed and show myself to you guys and come out of, my role here that I'm hiding in to show myself. And that through that, I can connect with people. So open up more. That's how people will find you. We stay hidden, right? And it can be hard to read people around here when they're hiding behind these little roles in whatever capacity. Open up more. Rachel Rose. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And like they're always saying, we did not come here to fit in. We came here to create a new world. So we usually did not fit in these places. So just be yourself. The amazing thing about being more and more authentic is it's actually a higher attainment than enlightenment, which everyone's always trying to work towards. If you're just authentic, then the wrong people will vibrate away from you and fall away the more that you're yourself. DM. Starseed, we know this. Starseed, what lights you up? You have one mission, you have one purpose on this planet, to become light and to share it, to spread that light. That is all that we're doing here, is that we find our own light, right? We go through this process and we find our light and then we begin to share it. We begin to seed this planet with it. We begin to spread it. And that is very, very powerful. So that is simply what we're here to do, light up this planet. And just vibrating as high as possible, we're lighting up these new grids of light, and it's going to move humanity into those higher dimensions. This whole planet is going to shift together just from those 144,000 light workers, which would be the awake around here. You're noticing there's several groups of people. There might be the ones that are still asleep, and there are the light workers that are awake and assisting with this ascension. So it's really important to realize that clearly you're fitting in that awake category of light workers, and we came here to assist. And anything that is holding you back from doing your mission as a healer or a light worker needs to go. That's a lot of these relationships. Some relationships you can't be yourself. They're holding you back if you can't be authentic, right? Because then you're not shining at your brightest. So a lot of people are going to have to let go of the things not serving them, whether it's toxic friendships, toxic relationships, shitty food habits, medications. I could go on and on. Whatever it is you're trying to fill that void with spiritually, it really needs to go, because we're going to find that real satisfaction, that real bliss through doing this inner work. So we have a lot of work to do with just ourselves, the healers. More rest this week. This storm is about to rip through this planet. You guys probably won't feel it till like Sunday or Monday. Take advantage of this rest period. The energy, like when I look at my little app and the geomagnetic energies, it's never been so low in like 2 months. So take advantage of this. Rest more. More self-healing, more healing. I'm here if you guys need me. I'm going to be doing my usual, working on my site with activations and readings. If you guys need an Akashic reading, it's your past life and future probabilities, and it gives you a lot of information. I'm going to be back tomorrow for a much better feed with better music. Better feed, but stay high vibe. There are, very real people that have their own issues, especially on Facebook. They tend to project their own pain at the healers, at the light workers. If someone's having a bad day, they come be snappy. Just block any negative people like we're going to do when I get off of here. And I always say you'll eventually block your way to a place of peace. Where you won't see that stuff anymore, because we're continually growing and expanding and evolving. So we're outgrowing, your lessons 3 years ago are not applicable to who you are today. I'm sorry. That's why people get so hung up on their lessons like 10, 20 years ago. You got to understand how much you've evolved since then. And we're not even the same people. So that mirror is continually changing. Block the toxic people around you. Do more purging. If you have a ton of clutter in your house, do you think you're taking that and shifting that into the fifth dimension? Like if you have a trashed garage or tons of old clothes and shit in your closet you're not wearing. I'm sorry, the fifth dimension is about spiritual purity.
So do a better inventory of your house, because you might want to shift that with you when you're doing this, unless you want to lose that too. So you guys might want to declutter your houses, clean a little bit more, clean out your closets, get rid of the things that you're not using and things not serving you, because it will really shift the vibration where you're living too and bring it up in frequency. Love and light.